Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and do an explanation between the Stedman Proscreen XL and the Stedman Proscreen 101, because there are some things about these two that I couldn't really tell from reading reviews or looking at YouTube videos, and so I went ahead and bought this, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you the differences between the two. So the first thing that a lot of people want to know is the patterning, right? Is there any differences in the pattern? So I can say with certainty that the pattern is actually the same. So if you actually look up top, well, I'm going to use a white piece of paper here. If you look here, this has the same pattern as this. So the pattern is the same. The only key difference is that this is about that big, and this is much, much smaller. You're getting much less space. So that's the first thing to consider. The second thing to consider is obviously that this has, at the end of the Proscreen XL, it has this little edge right here, versus the standard one, it only has this right here. So that's the key difference, again, with this and this. And you wouldn't think it, but this is actually really, really awesome, because it automatically puts you at a pretty good distance away from the microphone stand. You put this on something, it gives you that much leverage away right off the bat. Versus when you use something like this, you're kind of like fighting with it, trying to bring it out, and that can be kind of a pain in the ass. The other thing I want to mention, which is very kind of difficult to see on a YouTube video or on most reviews, but it's worth considering, is this right here. Now it's even going to be hard to see on this video here, but when you look at this and you look at this, they are not the same size. They are actually, if you look at it, they're not like, this is basically, this allows you to go put this on something bigger and thicker, like a thicker stand. And then this has a limitation. So if you actually look at it in terms of like how much in terms of size, they're not. I wish I could show it to you like in a different angle, in a different way, but they're not the same. They're not the same size. They are. One is a little bit bigger than the other. So that's all I gotta say. In terms of performance, they're the same. The only key difference is that this is smaller and this is bigger. My thoughts, I would definitely get the Proscreen XL, no doubt. It's about $20 more, but you should get this instead, because it gives you much more space, and also this right here is pretty clutch. Like, I think this is actually, in my opinion, why I'm starting to change my opinion on the Stedman. The other thing I want to mention too, this is more not related to Stedman's, not related to the Proscreen XL in particular, but just both Stedmans in general. I've changed my stance on kind of pop filters in general, because I think the Proscreen is pretty damn good, in the sense that this is why it's important. If you do a lot of commercial scripts, the ability to see the script is clutch. That is absolutely clutch, because other pop filters will literally, like, they will block. You know what I mean? They'll block. You can't really read it. But this is another pop filter, the Hakon pop. I'll review this shortly. But the ability to see the script is, in my opinion, fucking awesome. Because if you're using any other pop filter, you're tilting your head left or right to see the script. This, you can see right through it. And that, to my opinion, is clutch. In terms of performance, this is identical to the Stedman, and in many ways, I think actually all of these pop filters all perform the same. At no point am I like, holy shit, like that's so much better. It's like, no. They all pretty much perform like pretty much the same. The only key difference is that this is easier to clean. You can see right through the script. It's easier to position. One of the most neglected things about pop filters that people don't really pay attention to is it's not just whether it can deal with plosives, it's how flexible it is, how much it will yield when you move it to. Because if it's a pop filter that is not flexible, then you can't position it to where you want to. Now, that being said, there is a workaround, and it's something I do these days, and they mention it on here and there is just get always get like a second mic stand. That way you can put any pop filter on there and you can always formulate it to exactly what you want. But that's my 2 cents regarding these pop filters, and